So kind of building off what we just heard from Riley, she said that you guys are telling her to trust her swing and just to keep going. As a coach from you, just knowing what she kind of went through those first 3 weekends, how did it feel to finally see her finally put a ball over the wall in left field and get going with that?
Really good. Riley's so talented, really good. Sometimes you just have to work through some things. Each year it's going to be a little different, and I think she's been great at just being patient and know that it's going to come and just give it time to come. So just loved it. I mean, the ball that she hit before that, she hooked over the dugout, and I mean, she hooked it. It's not about the hook, but it was the power that came behind it that I'm like, wow, this next pitch is going to be scary. So I just love it. She's just so good at what she does, and I just really like how she's just continued to stay patient and go after it.
Amari just said that, when you're able to have, 9 different batters come up and get an RBI for you and you can hit that well, that the feeling is still calm in the dugout. From a coach's standpoint, when you're watching them take their at-bats, what are you seeing? Are you seeing that same calmness? Are you seeing still pitch selection being good? Or?
Yeah, I felt this this weekend, you could see from the beginning of the weekend to today, we have just been getting closer and closer to who we are. And I think this lineup is lethal. I think anybody can come in. I mean, I've been talking about our power since the fall, and I believe in that power. And so I think you're just starting to see them gel more together and really just pass the bat. So I'm excited to see what's next for this group on Wednesday and then this next weekend.
Coach Martin was saying on Friday night that maybe if you hadn't faced the challenges you have over the course of the beginning of the season, that you wouldn't have been so confident in the 7th, 8th innings in that late one. Just how do you feel that confidence kind of leading to a game like this where you get out ahead early and then can just continue to add it on after that?
Yeah, I think that's just that, we talk a lot about internal, having that internal fire in front of you. And sometimes you can get out ahead early and then just stop. And what I appreciate is that they didn't. Nobody wanted to make the last out. These guys wanted to continue to hit the ball hard and just kind of flow through the lineup. So I agree, though. I think of some of these games where we've had to come back and win. I don't think that happens if we don't have the schedule we have. So I think it's obviously we want to win every game, but I think there's just more to it versus the wins and losses. I think it's about what it's going to do for us. Are we going to be battle tested? Do we know how to come back and win? Do we know how to put teams away when you should be putting them away? And I think we're starting to figure out a lot.
What was it like to be able to have the depth come out and actually present itself during the game? You had players coming off the bench that were executing, Rowan, for example, coming out, closing out the game. Being able to have that depth and the productivity from those players.
I think it's important because you just have so many different matchups, and when you have different matchups, it gives you more room and not having to just depend on the same. We've got to be able to depend on everybody, and just watching us just flow through our lineup and constantly turn the bottom back to the top and have different people that are on the bench coming in and being aggressive and getting what they want, I think was really important for us.
Elon's got an OPS just under 1,800 in 8 games here now. Just what did you see from her this weekend, and where does this rank among the best you've seen from your players?
What I would say first and foremost is just I'm really, really proud of her leadership. The leadership that she is providing us offensively, I love what she's doing. That's the things that you all don't get to see her do. You just get to see the outcomes at the plate. But from there at the plate, she just knows and expects that she's going to get a hit. And I love that mindset. This is a tough game, and I just love the mindset. Love how aggressive she is. Again, she's just very calculated, and I appreciate what she's doing.
Elon started the game out over 2, but how good does it feel to have everybody else in the lineup step up and pick up where, obviously the fly ball and the ground out, but everybody else seemed to step up early? And how good does that feel we talk about the depth and just everybody able to come together and play ball?
I think it's really good because, we can't sit and constantly depend on her to always be the one. And I think when you have different athletes throughout the lineup that can be the one, that's a pretty tough lineup. You don't just have to have a couple. And so I think we talk about the depth of our staff and how deep can we be. It's the same thing with the lineup. How deep can we be through the lineup and then having people come off the bench?
For the uninitiated, could you just speak to what it's like, the conditions being what they were today? The field's not optimal, the ball's wet. Being able to work through that, what it's like for the people that don't really play the game and don't understand it, what it takes to do that.
Yeah, I think every game we show up to play the opponent, and then you're going to have other games that you're going to show up to play the opponent and somebody else. I think early in the year we've showed up to play the opponent and ourselves, and we've making things too hard. You're going to also show up and play the opponent and also have to play the weather. And with our weather, it rains here, and we have to be able to understand how to throw wet balls and be just fine doing it. So what I was excited about today, I really wanted to figure out for us to play, because this is going to show up later in the year as well, and we're going to handle it because we handled it well today. I really appreciate Taylor and how she came in and were able to get us out of the inning and then continue on. But you're going to have adverse moments, whether it be the weather, it be delays, and you're playing late at night. Whatever it may, somebody's sick and they're out. So I think it's really important that our athletes understand how to handle that.
You guys try to embrace that at all, knowing you're the team from Oregon and that the other teams coming in aren't always ready for that weather and stuff?
Yes, I think we should be able to play in any type of weather, for sure. I look at this group, and we've been practicing, and we haven't had a whole lot of rain in the month of January, but we had a whole lot of cold, and we practiced every single day in the cold. I just think that's a part. We play outdoors, so you got to deal with the elements and be able to. They should not be a factor at all. And I think this group handled the weather very, very well today.
One of the challenges you said, being able to play yourselves, not with yourselves, but the execution today, I could tell that there were some things that you guys had worked on that were executed a little bit better. What's it like being able to see that the team is actually making that progression?
It's really good. I love when we go to practice and then what we did in practice showed up. We had some base running miscues that we needed to be better on, and you could see that today. We did not have miscues. Our defense, I'm really proud of our defense, and they are really solidifying themselves. Katie had some shots today, and those are nothing to her. She handles those really well. And then just seeing our lineup, just refusing to be the last out. I really like that. So I think the schedule that we're playing, it's showing us, the schedule that we're playing are showing us the things that we need to get better in, and then to come home and work on it and improve in those areas. That's what it's about.
Kaylin has been absolutely playing just great out at second base and hitting very well to open up the season. With the accolades from last year, what are you seeing from her this year as she's in her sophomore season and just growing as a player?
I just think she's so mature. There were some plays early on that she needed to make that she wasn't making and made the adjustment. But I just think she's really mature on defense. She understands her positioning. I love how her and Emma are working to get those picks at second. That's going to be really big for us as they continue to do that. And then at the plate, I love how she's standing in. She's understanding how she's getting pitched and then determining if she wants to do a power slap, a soft slap, or if she just wants to stand in and drive the ball. And to see her stand at the plate and drive the ball is really, it's exciting because she's not one-dimensional. I think right now K-Dub and Ayana are really difficult to play, to position your defense against them because they just keep showing different things. I think it's hard to defend against them.
Going back on K-Dub and just all around the defense, I think we only saw one error committed in the weekend. How does it feel to have the defense backing up the pitchers and then going into the bats? Just what does that confidence build in the field?
It feels really good. I mean, defense wins championships. And when your defense is solidified, your pitcher doesn't have to feel like they have to be perfect or, put it on their back. We had some balls that were hit hard today that the defense made plays, and it took strain off of our pitcher. So I think since I've been here, our defense has always been just lights out. And to see these guys really start to get back to where we need to be and to make the plays that they know that they need to be making, you can just see now it allows our offense and defense to flow. All weekend we talked about how quick can we get off defense, how long can we stay on offense, and I think you could definitely see that this weekend.
Yeah, I saw it today.
Yeah, it was really nice, really nice.